What's good, everybody? It's Aaron Brown, and before this video starts, be sure to subscribe to my channel and also follow me on Instagram. It's linked down below in the description. And if you have any questions or concerns, DM me on Instagram and I'll get back with you on that. And also, if you support the videos I make, be sure to hit the thanks button right above the comment section, or just become a member of my channel. It's linked down below in the description as well. Let's jump straight into it. So in this video, I'm here to talk about how the cases of doping has ruined track and field. We all know that there's performance-enhancing drugs and supplements that people have been taking since the beginning of time in track and field. And that's just something that comes with the sport. It's kind of like in the streets. Like, people often say that, oh, in the streets, you don't supposed to be a snitch. But as you can tell, since the beginning of time in the streets, snitching has always been a part of the streets. Doping has always been a part of athletics. And it always will be, and that's just the hard truth. But I'm not here to criticize nor normalize those type of things. I'm here to talk about how it's ruined track and field, and not just how it's ruined track and field, doping in particular, but the way it's handled, how that has ruined track and field and how it's ruined the perception of great performances. We've been seeing people run fast since the beginning of time, since Jesse Owens in the 1930s, to John Carlos and Wilma Rudolph in the 1960s, to Steve Prefontaine and Bruce Jenner in the 1970s, Carl Lewis, Ben Johnson in the 1980s, Gail Devers, Gwen Torrance, Michael Johnson in the 1990s, Marion Jones, Maurice Green, Justin Gatlin in the early 2000s, Usain Bolts, the Tyson Gays in the 2010s, the Elaine Thompsons, the Shelly Anns, the Fred Curleys in the 2020s. There's been a long history of fast performances when it comes to track and field. This is nothing irregular. This is nothing out of the ordinary. We've been witnessing great times and world records dropped year in, year out. But the way that certain doping cases were handled in this sport back in the past shapes the way we view performances today. For example, every time somebody runs a time that we haven't seen in a while, people automatically say that they're doping, and they just accuse them of doping. They've never failed a drug test. They've never had any whereabouts failures or anything like that, but we just accuse them of doping. Or if somebody, locks in and decides to take training serious and gain weight and put on muscle from one season to the next, and they come out and they run a little faster because they took the off season more serious, people automatically accuse them of doping. As if you can't just eat food, go to the gym, lift weights, and gain weight and gain muscle, get stronger, go to practice, work on technical things, and get faster. Or if you go to practice and you work on the things that you've been making mistakes on in years prior, and you make big improvements in your training, and then you go run way faster PRs, people automatically accuse you of doping. So it's like nowadays in track and field, you can't make any type of improvement. You can't gain any type of weight. You can't do any of these things without being accused of doping. And I blame it on the way that track and field has handled doping from the beginning of the way they've been handling doping. Doping control is an issue in a sport, but it's only an issue because the sport makes it an issue. They know that people are doing it. They pick and choose on who they want to ban and who they don't want to ban. So it just is what it is. We know it's going to happen, especially when it comes to sports. And if there's money involved, you're going to have cheating. That's just the reality of it. But the way that you handle this cheating could put a permanent taint on the entire sport, as it does in track and field. Just think about it. The biggest moments in track and field history is always when someone fails a drug test. Like, why do we make these the biggest moments in the sport? Why don't we celebrate the great performances? And all of a sudden, people always think that, oh, because this person is doping, that they're just running way faster. Just think about it. There has been a history of long doping in track and field. If you look at the top 10 list in the men's 100, I think 6 of those 10 have been caught for some type of doping violations. Cool. So if you see a person get caught and you be on there like, oh, well, this doesn't count because you were doping. But you got to think about it. If all of my competitors were doping too, and I was still beating them, don't you think that when the playing field is even, I'm still better than them? Like, people make it seem that you could just take this very untalented person and just fill them up with dope and they just run fast. Like, that's not how this works. But that's the type of stigma track and field has given doping. And I think, honestly, it's a very terrible, terrible thing. Just think about if when people got caught for doping, there wasn't this huge announcement and the whole world got to know and everybody making news about it. They just calmly suspend you for whatever amount of time. The only people that know are the people who should know, the people who are, like endorsers, the sponsors, your agent, you, people like that. Why is this news for the whole world? Why is it their business? Like, track and field don't disclose how much money they pay you. So why disclose how much money you about to lose when they put out this doping thing? I feel like that when it comes to doping, when people get caught, because people are going forever dope and track. That's just what it is. When there's money involved, people are going to cheat. They should just suspend a person. They shouldn't make this huge announcement about it, because honestly, it taints the whole sport. It makes every good performance seem questionable. They damn near make it seem like that you can't run fast without using anything. Nowadays, I see high schoolers running fast. It be high schoolers running like 10-1, 10-2. And there's other high schoolers in the comments, oh, this person is doping, this person is doping. Like, everybody in the sport who does anything remotely good gets accused of doping, as if you can't run fast without using anything just off of hard work. And this is all because of the way that the sport has handled these cases in the past. Then also with the narrative that it paints of you can't run fast without it, it makes people younger and younger look into it and want to use it. So you're going to see high schoolers turn up, start failing drug tests for doping and things of that nature, like we've recently seen within the last 2-3 years. So I definitely think that the sport needs to try to become innovative and change the way that they handle these type of things, because it's been making the whole sport looks bad, and like it's really getting worse every single year. It's like you damn near can't do anything good in the sport without being accused of cheating. But y'all let me know if I'm tripping. Comment down below your thoughts, comments, questions, and concerns. Until next time, I'm out.